I am Premila Patton, the Special Representative of the Secretary General on Sexual Violence in Conflict. I'm here in Port-Sudan to express my solidarity with the government of Sudan for the conflict that is ongoing, but more especially to show my solidarity with the women and girls of Sudan who are bearing the brunt in terms of sexual violence being inflicted on them. Although women and girls of Sudan are bearing the brunt and are significantly impacted, men and boys are not being spared. And the sexual violence happening on a horrific scale. The data that we have at the United Nations represent only the extreme tip of the iceberg because the crime remains chronically underreported. But all the different sources are indicating that sexual violence is happening on a grand scale and has become more brutal, with victims ranging from 1-year-old to 75-year-old. I'm here to engage with the government of Sudan to listen to them about their efforts in the prevention and response to conflict-related sexual violence, to better understand their challenges, and to extend the support of the United Nations. I had signed a framework of cooperation with the government in 2020, and during this particular visit, the hope is that the government will sign a revised framework of cooperation on the prevention and response. For all intents and purposes, the information that we have from UN sources is that the cases of sexual violence are being predominantly perpetrated by RSF, but there are also cases attributed to SAF. And the idea is to work with SAF on prevention and response through this framework of cooperation, but more importantly to address other priority areas such as access to services, to holistic services for survivors of sexual violence, especially given the great humanitarian crisis, to work on justice and accountability, because this crime cannot go unpunished. This is one of the most horrible and devastating forms of violence against women and girls. And I hope that the government of Sudan, through this framework of cooperation, will cooperate with the UN in giving justice and accountability to all the survivors of sexual violence.
اليوم خلال زيارة السيدة براميلا باتن للسودان وخلال مقابلتها للسيد نائب رئيس مجلس السيادة تمت استعراض كافة المسؤوليات والواجبات اللي على الأمم المتحدة وعلى الحكومة السودانية تجاه حماية النساء والفتيات. وقد ذكر السيد النائب رئيس مجلس السيادة أهمية إظهار التزام السودان وأهمية إظهار التعاطف مع شعب السوداني في هذا الوقت بالذات، حيث تتزامن هذه الزيارة مع الذكرى الثانية للحرب في السودان، وهذا يليه كثير من المآلات لما تذكير فيه بكمية الانتهاكات التي وقعت على النساء والفتيات من خلال هذه الحرب.